Hello, wonderful viewers. We welcome you again to another maths lesson. It's a continuation of our algebraic lesson, and today we will be treating evaluating expressions. Steps for evaluating an expression. As you may know, there are various steps to follow in evaluating an expression. Okay. The first step is to write, to rewrite the question that is given. The second step is to substitute the values of the variables given. And then the third step is to simplify. Okay? As it is shown here, write the expression first, the given expression. That's the first step. The second step is substitute the values given for the variables. Use parentheses, that is bracket, so that will show you that this value has been substituted. It is not in the initial question. The third step is simplify the expression. Remember the order of operation. Whatever we do, we must stick to the order of operations. That is bracket first. I think we all remember our board mass. Bracket, followed by of, division or multiplication, addition and subtraction. In this order. This is the perfect order of operations. Evaluate 4n plus 6 all square for n equals to 1. Now, we go by the steps first. The first step says we write the expression. 4n plus 6 all square for n equals 1. This is the first step. We've written the expression, and the second step is substitute. We substitute the values of the expression here, which is given as n equals 1. So we have 4 into 1 plus 6 all square. The second step is done by substituting the value of the variable given. And the third step says we simplify. So in simplifying here, 4 times 1, which is obviously 4, plus 6, all squared. And this will lead us to 10 squared. 4 plus 6 is 10. And then the square of 10 equals 100. Okay? So there's an instruction here just to prove your answer. There are various options here, 16, 100, and 37. Drag your answer over the box to check your work. If you are correct, the value will appear. There's a magic box here, this green box. So you drag the box across the number. The first number here is 37. It doesn't appear, which means 37 is not correct. We have 100 here. As we can see, it has appeared. And this tells us that 100 is our correct answer. There's a third one here, third option here, 16. It doesn't appear. Our next question here is evaluate 4n plus 6 all square for n equals to 2. N equals 1 rather. We rewrite the evaluation here, 4n plus 6 all square for n equals 1. So we substitute as our second step. 4 times 1 plus 6. Then our third step, we simplify. We say 4 times 1, which is 4 plus 6 all square. There's a square here. Okay. So 4 plus 6 is 10, and 10 square is a 10 times 10, which is 100. Okay. So drag your answer over the box to check your work. There's a magic box here. Let me move move it over here. If you are correct, your value will appear. We have three numbers here, 1637. We drag 37 to the box. It doesn't show, which tells that 37 is not correct. We drag 100 to the box, and it shows. This tells us that 100 is the correct answer, as we have proven it here. Yet again, we drag 16 to the box, and it doesn't show, which tells us that 16 is not the correct answer. Our next example here is evaluate the expression 4 into n plus 6 all square for n equals to 2. We follow the steps. The first step says we write the expression 4 into n plus 6 all square for n equals 2. The value of the variable given here, n, is 2. Then we substitute. Replace n for 2 in the expression. We say 4 into 2 plus 6 all square. We have substituted the value of n as 2 in the given expression. Now we need to simplify. We simplify by dealing with the bracket first, the parentheses as the instruction says. 2 plus 6 is 8. So we have 4 into 8 square. We have 4 into 8 square. Okay? Then we go on to further simplify this. We say 8 square is 64. 8 times 8 gives us 64. So this is 4 times 64. We multiply 4 by 64, we have 256. 256 is our answer here, multiplying 4 by 56. 4 times 4 is 6, carry 1. 4 times 6, 24, plus 1, 25. So we have 256 here. Okay, we still have the magic box and we can make best use of it. Drag your answer over the green box to check your work. As we previously did, if it shows, it means your answer is correct. And if it doesn't show, it means your answer is wrong. We drag 20, it doesn't show. We drag 32, it doesn't show, meaning they are not correct. And we drag 156, and we have it there. 256 as our answer. Perfect. Now we have another expression here. 12x plus 3 to the power 3. 2 to the power 3. Let x equals 8. The value of x here is 8. Then use the magic looking glass to reveal the correct value of the expression. We first solve our expression, and then we check out for our answer using the magic looking glass. We write the expression as the first step, 12x plus 3 to the power 2 to the power 3. We are given the value of x as 8. So we shall substitute x for 8. Okay? And our next step shall be 12 times 8, which is 96, plus 2 to the power 3. This will be 96 plus 2 times 2 times 2, the cube of 2. 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8. 96 plus 8, we shall have 104 as our answer here. Okay? Just as we previously did with the green box, we also have the magic lens here. It's fun making use of the magic lens here. 106, it doesn't show. 116, it doesn't show. 118, 128. Let's still keep moving. 130, 114. Have we seen anything? Across 108, did we see anything? 104, and we have seen our answer through the magic looking glass, which tells us that this is our answer. Here comes another expression, 4x plus 2x to the power 3. 4x plus 2x to the power 3. Let x equals 2, then use the magic looking glass again to reveal the correct value of the expression. Just as we did before, let us solve our expression. 4x plus 2x to the power 3. That is always the first step, rewriting our expression. We got our expression. The second step says we substitute. Let us substitute the value of the variable, where 4x is 2 plus 2x is 2 again to the power 3. Let us simplify after the substitution. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2 into 2 to the power 3. That is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. We can further simplify as 8 plus 2 times 8 is 16. And our final answer here shall be 8 plus 16, which is 24. That is our final answer. As we did previously, if you use your magic glass to go over all these numbers, only one would show, because that one is the correct answer, 24. Our next expression here is evaluate 2 into x plus 2 all square for x equals to negative 10. We have a negative number this time around. The first step says we write the equation x plus 2 all square for x equals to negative 10. Okay? We have written the expression, that's the first step. Let's move on to the second step, which says we substitute the value of the variable. We have 2 into negative 10, which is our x, plus 2 all square. Okay? So we first focus on the bracket, the parentheses. And this would be 2 into negative 10 plus 2, which is negative 8 square. Okay? The square of negative 8 means negative 8 times negative 8. And negative 8 times negative 8 equals to 64. So therefore, we'll have 2 times 64. Okay? We shall finally multiply 2 by 64 to get our final answer. Obviously, 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 6, 12. We have 128 as our final answer. We move on to the next slide, which says evaluate 2x to the power 2 for x equals 3. First, we rewrite our expression, 2x squared for x equals to 3. The value of x here equals 3. 2x squared for x equals 3. Now we substitute. 2 into x is 3, and then the square of 3. And this shall be, the square of 3 is 3 times 3, which is 9 obviously. So 2 times 9. We shall finally have 2 multiplied by 9, which is 18 as our answer. Let's move on to the next slide. Here we have to evaluate 4p minus 3 for the value of p as 20. Rewrite our expression 4p minus 3 for p equals 20. That's the first step by rewriting the expression. The second step, let us simplify. The value of p is 4 times p, which is 20, minus 3. We further simplify this. 4 times 20, 4 times 0, we have a 0. 4 times 2, we have an 8. That's 80. Then we further subtract 3 from 80. We shall finally get 77 as our final answer. Here comes another slide. As I said, I hope we are working together in this. Whilst I'm working here, you are also working on your books, on your papers there. The question here is evaluate 3x plus 17 when x equals minus 3 or negative 3. We rewrite the question as 3x plus 17 when x equals to negative 13. Okay? Then we substitute 3 into negative 13 plus 17. So now we simplify. 3 times negative 13, 3 times 3, 9, 3 times 1, 3. Obviously, it's a negative sign. We are multiplying 3 by a negative. So our negative sign, we must maintain our negative sign because it's a negative number. Plus 17. Equals to negative 39 plus 17. So this is equal to, we can never add a negative and a positive number together. So we subtract the smaller number from the bigger number and maintain the sign of the bigger number. So therefore, subtracting 17 from 39 is 22, and the sign of the bigger number here is negative. So therefore, our final answer becomes negative 22. Let's go on to our next slide here. For a plus a over c, for a equals to 8 and c equals negative 2. Our question here is for a plus a over c, for a equals 8 and c equals to negative 2. Let us substitute our values here first. For a is the same as 4 times a. Sorry, let me go back here. The value of a is 8. So we substitute the value of 8. A plus, that is 8, and 8 over negative 2. So we need to further simplify here. 4 times 8 is equals to 32 plus 8 over negative 2. Okay? Then we have to adhere to the order of operations, doing the divisional aspect first, and then continue with the addition. So this would equal to 2 divided by 8 divided by negative 2 is negative 4. So therefore we have 32 plus negative 4. Okay? So let's continue here. 32 plus negative 4. This will equal to 32 minus 4. If you clear the bracket here, a negative and a positive sign, we maintain the negative sign here. And therefore, we have 28 as our final answer. Moving to our next slide, we have if t equals to negative 3, then 3t squared plus 5t plus 6 equals to what? Let's rewrite our expression 3t squared plus 5t minus 6. The value of t here is negative 3. So we say 3 times, let's put this in a bracket outside. This is 3 times negative 3 square plus 5t plus, obviously you substitute the value of t in the 5. 5 into negative 3 plus 6. So we further simplify this as 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 square means negative 3 times negative 3, which is 9, plus 5 times negative 3 is negative 15, plus 6. We shall further move on by simplifying further. 3 times 9 is 27, minus 15 plus 6. Let's further simplify this as 27 minus 15 is 12, and 12 plus 6. 27 minus 15 is 12. 12 plus 6, our final answer here is, this is equal to 12 plus 6, which is 18. Our next expression here we have, what is the value of the expression a to the power 3 plus b to the power 0 all squared, when a equals to negative 2 and b equals to 4. Let us start by rewriting our expression a to the power 3 plus b to the power 0 all squared. Let us substitute the values of the variables given. So this is a to the power 3 means a times a times a. So if the value of a given here is negative 2, so obviously we'll have negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 plus b to the power 0 here is 1. Any variable raised to the power 0 is 1, and any number raised to the power 0 is also 1 with the exception of 0. Other than 0, any number raised to the power 0 would definitely be equal to 1. So we have 1 all squared. Let us further simplify this. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4, and 4 times negative 2 equals to negative 8 plus 1 here, all square. Negative 8 plus 1 all square. Negative 8 plus 1 equals to negative 7, and negative 7 square is negative 7 times negative 7. And this is equals to 49. Our next slide here we have says evaluate 3x plus 2y for x equals to 5 and y equals to 1 over 2. Let us do this together by rewriting our expression first, 3x plus 2y for x equals 5 and y equals to 1 over 2. Now we substitute after writing our expression. 3 into 5 plus 2 times 1 over 2. That is the value of y. Okay. So 3 times 5 is 15. plus 2 times 1 over 2 equals 1. So 15 plus 1 gives us 16. We have a similar one as the previous one. So let us do this one again. Write the expression which is 8x plus y minus 10 for the value of x as 1 over 4 and y as 50. Let us substitute now after rewriting the expression. 8, the value of x here is 1 over 4. So 8 times 1 over 4 plus the value of y here is 50 minus 10. We have substituted the values of our variables given, x as 1 over 4 and y as 50. We have to go by the order of operations. Therefore, we'll work on the bracket first, then extend to other operations. 8 times 1 over 4, we further simplify this as 4 into 8 2 times. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 50 minus 10. You can further simplify. 2 plus 50 is 52 minus 10. We shall have 52 minus 10 is 42. We conclude that as our final answer. Distributive property. This is another subtopic under algebra. So we'll be dealing with distributive property, otherwise expansion, expanding the bracket. Now we have an area model here. Find the area of a rectangle whose width is 4 and whose length is x plus 2. As you can see in the picture here, we have a rectangle here. And the width is 4, the length is x plus 2. Okay? Our interest here is not to find the area of this rectangle, but we are interested in how we can multiply the length by the breadth using the distributive property or using the expansion that we're supposed to be doing. So the area of two rectangles here is 4 times x, which is the width, times the breadth, plus 4 times 2, the width times the breadth again, which is equal to 4x plus 8. 4 times x is obviously 4x, and 4 times 2 is what? 8. From a bracket here, we have expanded our brackets by multiplying 4 by x, having 4x, and 4 by 2, having 8. Here's another way to look at it now. Still, we have another rectangle. This time around, we have stretch. We have one length and a breadth here. The area of the rectangle here is length times breadth, as you all know. Okay? So this is the length. We are multiplying this by the breadth or the width. Length times the breadth. Okay? 4 times x, is 4x. And 4 times the 2 is what? 8. So we have 4 times x is 4x, plus 4 times 2 is 8. This is the expanded form of our bracket that we have here, or our distributive property. Now, the distributive property, finding the area of a rectangle demonstrates the distributive property because we multiply what is given as our length with what is given as our width. Okay? This is what we done in the previous slide. 4 times x plus 2, distributing 4, multiplying 4 by x, and multiplying 4 by 2 here gives us 4x plus 8. The 4 is the distributed it is distributed to each term of the sum x plus 4. Why? Because 4 stands outside the bracket, which is why we would multiply everything that is inside the bracket with the 4. Okay? So, okay. Write an expression equivalent to 5 into x plus 3. 5 into x plus 3. The expanded form of 5 into x plus 3 is 5 multiplied by x plus 5 multiplied by 3. So we have 5x plus 15. So we need to write this in the same way as this is written. Okay? In doing so, we are expanding the bracket. We are using the distributive property to solve it. Okay? So obviously we will do that here by saying 6 times x plus 6 times 4. We can further simplify by saying 6 times x is 6x plus 6 times 4, 24. Let's do this one again together. Using the distributive property, we will multiply 5 by x, and again, multiply 5 by 7. In doing so, we'll have 5 times x is 5x, plus 5 times 7 is 35. Write an expression equivalent to 2 into x. Write an expression equivalent to 2 into x minus 1 and 4 into x minus 8. Can we do this together? Using the distributive property, we will multiply 2 by x minus 2 by 1. So we would have 2 times x is 2x, minus 2 times 1 is 2. We can further move on here. 4 times x here is the same as 4 into x minus 4 times 8. 4 times x, obviously, is 4x, minus 4 times 8 is negative 32. This is just an example of all what we have been doing since we started distributive property. A into b plus c equals to ab plus c, expanded. Here, like 2 into x plus 3, if you expand it, you will have 2 times x, which is 2x, and 2 times 3, 6. The rest are done that way. The distributive property is often used to eliminate the parentheses, that is the bracket, in expressions like this, that is 4 into x plus 2. We did this before. This makes it possible to combine like terms in more complicated expressions. Combining like terms, putting like terms together, terms that have the same variables, putting them together. With the parentheses, it will make your work difficult, but after clearing your bracket, using the distributive property, it makes your work easier in combining the like terms or collecting the like terms. Let us try this together. We did something like the first one previously, we've been doing it. We can do the second and the third one together, wherein we have a negative number outside the bracket. Let us use our distributive property to expand the bracket here. Negative 6, let us rewrite it first, 2x plus 4. This is equal to negative 6 times 2x plus negative 6 times 4. Negative 6 times 2x is negative 12x plus negative 6 times 4 is negative 24. We can further rewrite this as negative 12x minus negative 24. Sorry. Let us do the final one together. It is the same way as we have done this one, but now we have a negative sign inside the bracket as well. And this negative sign will definitely affect this negative sign that is inside the bracket. We rewrite, then we expand the bracket by saying negative 3 times 5m minus negative 3 negative 3 Yes?
We are trying to bring the negative sign twice.
Yeah, I realize. Yeah. So negative 3 minus 5m, negative 3 times 5m into negative 3 times negative 8. Okay. Negative 3 times 5n, we have negative 15m. A negative multiplied by a negative obviously is positive, so we have positive 24. So this becomes our final answer. Keep in mind that when there is a negative sign outside the bracket, like we did before, that is just we have treated, similar to what we have treated of the parent, it is really a negative 1. Now, this time around, we have only a negative sign outside the bracket. Having only a negative sign outside the bracket means it is a negative 1. Mathematically, we wouldn't write the 1 there, but this signifies that we have a coefficient of 1 after the sign. So therefore, it is a negative 1. Okay? For example, is given here. Negative into 3x plus 4 equals to, let us expand this. This is what? Negative 3x minus 4. Okay? So this is negative 1 times 3x plus 4, negative 1 times 3x plus negative 1 times 4, and obviously it gives us this as our answer. There's a notice here. Notice that all the numbers, notice that all of the numbers in the initial expression are turned to their opposite numbers because of the negative sign that is outside. Try this. Get this down in your books and you try this too. You can try such as well. And these are response questions. 4 into x plus 6 equals to 4 plus 4 into 6. That is 4 times 6.
And you take it again. Since they are using responders,
Yeah.
you ignore that statement. You say this is a true or false statement.
Yeah.
So when you ask after a while, you can just pause and say, obviously the answer is true.
Yes.
Then you must
Good. You know, sometimes you forget that we are in a classroom situation.
It's not easy.
We have 4 into x plus 6, which is equal to 4 plus 4 times 6 here. True or false? We need to solve this to see whether it is a true or a false statement. So let us do this together now. We need to clear this, that is 4. Can we rewrite it first? 4 plus 6 equals to 4 plus 4 into 6. So we have 4 times x, which is 4x, plus 4 times 6, which is 24. Is this equal to 4 plus 4 times 6, 24. Are these two expressions equal? True or false? Obviously, they are not the same. They are not equal, so it is false. As the answer shows you, it is false. Use the distributive property to rewrite the expression without parentheses, without using the bracket. It simply means that work this out by clearing the bracket, by expanding, by expansion. We can do this, say 2 times x is 2x, plus 2 times 5 is 10. So which of the options qualify the answer here? Obviously it's B, 2x plus 10. I will expect you to do this, write this down and work it out for yourself. I hope most of you have worked it out. Use the distributive property to write the expression without parentheses, without the bracket. There we expand. X minus 6 multiplied by 3. 3 times x minus 3 plus 3 times negative 6. So therefore 3 times x is 3x plus 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. Finally, we will have 3x minus 18. 3x minus 18. Use the distributive property to rewrite the expressions without parentheses, yes?
You've already solved. I think after solving, it's good that you help them identify the right option by circling the correct letter.
Okay. Let me go one step back so that. Yeah. So 3x plus negative 18. You can further say 3x minus 18 as our final answer. So as you can see in the options A to D, 3x minus 16 obviously is not correct. 3x minus 18 is our correct option here. Okay, so can I stop here now? Okay, thank you very much. This is the end of the lesson, and I thank you so much for your time spent there walking through with me, and I hope you really enjoyed the lesson. Please wash your hands as much as you can, adhere to the precautionary measures, avoid crowds, and adhere to the social distancing as much as you can. I thank you all and see you next time.